That's the sound of acclaimed jazz composer, pianist, and vocalist Mark Meadows. He's been named both Artist of the Year and Composer of the Year by Washington, D.C.'s City Paper. And he's jamming in our studio today on The Sound. Everyone, I'm Britt Waters and welcome to The Sound. Here with me today on stage is Mark Meadows, who's been described as debonair on stage and the entertainer of the highest caliber. This year, Mark made his acting debut in the DC premiere of the hit Broadway musical Jelly's Last Jam at the Signature Theater. You do a lot. Seem like a busy man.
I've been very fortunate to have many opportunities in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite aspect of performing?
My favorite aspect of performing, I'd say really being totally in the moment and going with whatever happens and totally being able to let free.
Okay.
You know, when you're really in there, when you're really in the form, it's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
I want to be a part of that experience. What do you have first for us today?
I'm going to play a song written by Steely Dan. This is Reelin' in the Years, my arrangement off of my most recent album, To the People.
Okay, take us to that special place.
I got you.
It's your everlasting summer, you can see it fading fast. So you grab a hold of something that you think is gonna last. You wouldn't know a diamond if you held it in your hand. But things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are we really in those years? Stone away the time, gathering up those tears. Have you had enough of mine? Reeling in those years. Stone away the time. Have you gathered up those tears? Have you had enough of mine? You've been telling me you're a genius since you were 17. In all these years I've known you, I still don't know what you mean. That weekend at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are we really in those years? We stone away the time, gathering up those tears. You had enough of mine. Reeling in those years, we stone away the time. Have you gathered up those tears? Have you had enough of mine? Have you had enough of mine? I spend a lot of money and I spend a lot of time. That trip we made in Hollywood still etched across my mind. After all the things we've done and seen, you'd find another man. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are we really in those years? We stone away the time. Are you gathering up those tears? Have you had enough of mine? Reeling in those years, we stone away the time. Are you gathering up those tears? Have you had enough of mine? Have you had enough of mine? Have you had enough of mine? Have you had enough of mine?
When we come back, more with the talented and versatile Mark G. Meadows, who can now add musical theater star to his growing list of career accomplishments. Stick around for The Sound. Welcome back to The Sound. I'm Britt Waters, our guest, Mark G. Meadows. His music blends pop, gospel, R&B, hip-hop, funk, and jazz. In fact, Mark believes there's something for everyone in his music.
I do.
So how would you describe your sound? That's a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. I'd say my sound is, like I said before, it's a culmination of like who I am as an artist. You know, I really feel as though it's important for us to check out different genres and to get to know different people. I think they're synonymous. I think I try to make my musical preference just like my people preference. I try and learn about all these different kinds of cultures, and that in turn affects who I am as an artist, and it affects my music. So be it, you know, I've got some jazz, I've got some rock and roll, I've got some hip hop, I've got, you know, soul, R&B, all of that is in my music.
So is what you listen to what you perform the most?
Now I'm actually performing my music quite a bit, which is cool. But yeah, what comes out of me is definitely everything I listen to, you know, everything from Herbie Hancock to Stevie Wonder to Steely Dan to, you know, Michael Jackson. So it definitely comes out in my writing a lot too.
Okay, so writing, singing, what do you not do? How do you have time to do all this?
I just make time, you know,
Okay.
and I'm not great at it. I'm trying to get better at scheduling my time. And, you know, right now, what's important to me is different than what was important to me a year ago. And so now my time is more allotted towards really being aware of what's going on, or as one of my songs I wrote was entitled Stay Woke. And, you know, really everything I write is just kind of a lecture to myself.
Okay.
You know, I feel as though I really need to stay woke and know what's going on, because we're in some times where the people that know what's going on are going to be the ones that really push where we end up, I think. And I'm trying to just inform others and inform myself of what's really happening, because if we don't get more involved, we might have some rough times ahead.
And that's super important, because not all musicians feel like their music has to reflect the times. Usually it kind of might just reflect what they're doing personally.
Right.
How do you kind of see what the climate is around you to do that through your songs?
I mean, that's who I am. You know, I try to listen to everything around me. I try to pick up on the energy that's around me, and how people are talking, what people are talking about, and how people are treating each other. And so I don't see any way to not write about what's going on around you. I mean, if you're living, that's what I feel, you know?
Yeah.
I feel this sense to let the people know what's really going on and try and inspire some change and love and
But are you ever afraid of
acceptance.
backlash doing that?
I don't really care about it because I'm true to it, you know?
Okay.
Like, if I didn't believe in it, then yeah, if I couldn't back up what I believe, but I really feel strong about what I profess, and I have no shame in telling the world about that.
So you're such an artist that reflects yourself. When you're on a stage, Jelly's Last Jam, playing another leading role, what kind of pressure was that for you?
That was a lot of pressure.
I would imagine.
Because I was playing someone many people don't know, but Jelly Roll Morton was not a nice, kind person. He was arrogant. He was racist. He didn't really care what people thought about him. In a lot of ways, though, he had a lot of very strong characteristics. I had to quickly become a very confident person, which, just like everyone, we all have our doubts.
I feel like everyone tries to do that every day. It just doesn't seem to happen.
Yeah.
What would you say to people trying to make that happen?
You just gotta, you have to just plant your feet and stand up and do it, and you can't doubt it's tough. It takes practice, It takes practice. It took me a lot of meditation, really. Before every single show, I would literally just kind of put myself in the right zone and try and really convince myself that I had to personify Jelly Roll Morton and tell his true story, which wasn't an easy story to tell.
So the first time you were on that stage, what was going through your mind? The first show.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's all. Just, I remember, and that was another funny thing, was everything was so new to me. Every single day, every second, there was a new thing that I never really thought about. Like the first time I had a crowd, and seeing that spotlight, and then realizing, oh gosh, like these people are all staring at me.
They're here to see you.
Because there's the Clement Derricks is the chimney man, and he's kind of the narrator of the show, telling my story, Jelly Roll Morton's story, and he's, describing to the audience what's about to occur in this musical. But I just see all these eyes looking at me, and I'm just standing still, and I realize that my left leg is shaking a little bit.
You can't stand still.
It was everything that I did was new, and it was something that I had to address and really, perfect quickly.
Now that you're comfortable with it, what's your dream role?
What's my dream role? I'd say Jelly's Last Jam was a great role for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
I am now.
I wasn't
an actor before.
You are.
Yeah, and that's
You're a
something,
lot of things. You got a master's degree. We could be here all day. You do so much.
Yeah. No, I work hard, and I dream big and work hard and take the opportunities as they come.
All right. So everyone says DC is a great place for music, and you've been all around. Blues Alley, the Warner Theater, Kennedy Center. What was the best DC spot to perform in?
Bohemian Caverns. Period.
Why?
Because
I wouldn't expect you to say that.
Oh, without a doubt. Because Bohemian Caverns had that truth. Bohemian Caverns was the real deal. I'm so sad that it closed. But it was a hub for the DC community, for the jazz scene. There was no place like it. Even its imperfections was what made it real.
Yeah.
What
can Washingtonians do to keep music and art alive in the city?
They can be aware and support the artists. Money rolls. I don't think anybody questions that. So where the money is what survives. If there's no money in music and jazz and the arts, then we're not going to thrive and survive. So you have to support it. If you like an artist, buy their CD. If you like music, then maybe go to a live show once every other week. Make it a part of what you do. We need support.
Well, we're here to support you.
I'm glad.
Yeah. So what's next? What's the next step for you?
Right now, I'm actually I'm booking a tour for 2017.
Awesome.
In which I plan to spread my album to the people. And I'm also going to start investing in some acting classes and looking into
acting classes after the lead role.
Hey, I'm still practicing piano every day, so I'm still,
That's
it's a journey, it's a lifestyle.
And a lot of people don't practice.
Oh, you have to practice.
Is there a day that you don't involve yourself with music?
No. Not in some way. It's always on my mind.
So it's still fun.
Even if I take a break from it, I'm listening or I'm thinking about what I need to be doing during this break in order to really push music.
So
Music's my everything.
You have all these accolades. What would you say to someone who's trying to be where you're at?
It's funny because I appreciate all the kind words, but
you're so humble.
I still feel like the same jazz artist that I was 4 years ago. I'm practicing. I don't have enough time to practice. I'm still trying to write and be a good person. I'm still working hard. So I guess to answer your question, work hard, figure out what's important to you and schedule whatever you do. You know, my practice time, my business time, time with my family, time with my friends. That's what's important to me, and so that's what I schedule, and that's what I work towards.
All right, well, let's get back to you doing what you do best.
Sure.
When we return, it's time to turn up the sound once again with Mark G. Meadows. Stick around for more of the sound. Welcome back to The Sound. Britt Waters here once again with the acclaimed jazz composer, pianist, vocalist, and stage star Mark G. Meadows. What do you have next for us?
I'm gonna play a song entitled "What Would You Do?" This song says, "Walk a mile in their shoes with nobody to turn to. Think of what you'd go through if nobody believed in you. Now, what would you do?"
All right, I want to hear it.
All right, I'll let you know.
So many people taught not to believe. With the weight of the world, how can they achieve? Sensing our fear, displaying their pain, walk a mile in their shoes. With nobody to turn to. Think of what you'd go through if nobody believed in you. What would you do? With nothing to lose. Now what would you do? With nothing to lose. They were dealt the wrong hand, and everyone knows a path was paved that they never chose. It's all up to us. We can right this wrong. Just walk a mile in their shoes. With nobody to turn to. Think of what you'd go through if nobody believed in you. What would you do? With nothing to lose. Now what would you do? With nothing to choose. system that would listen, not dismiss them. I wish them a system that would listen, not dismiss them. Said I wish them a system that would listen, not dismiss them. Said I wish them a system that would listen, not dismiss them. So what would you do with nothing to lose? Oh, so what would you do, huh? With nothing to lose, hey. So what would you do with nothing to lose, hey? So what would you do, huh? With nothing to lose.
Thanks to Mark Meadows, and for all of you watching, we'll see you again on the next edition of The Sound.